After more than 20 years of military service, I've watched people with the same rank, the same pay, and the same career path end up in completely different financial situations. Some retired comfortably, some retired stressed, some retired free, and some retired worried. And it wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, and it wasn't even income. It was behavior. What the military quietly teaches you about money, if you're paying attention, changes everything. This is the adjutant. Let's get into it. Now, one of the first things 20 plus years of service taught me about money is that pay alone doesn't create wealth. The military pays consistently, predictably, and on schedule, and yet financial outcomes vary widely. Why, you may ask? Well, because money doesn't reward intention. Money rewards systems. The military doesn't teach you to choose or actually chase money. It teaches you to live inside a system. Now, payday comes whether you feel motivated or not. Bills are due whether you feel inspired or not. Time keeps moving whether you act or not. And slowly and almost invisibly, you learn this lesson. Consistency beats intensity. What do I mean? People who treated their finances like a system did better than people who relied on willpower. That lesson alone applies far beyond the military. Now, when it comes to stability, and it's an underrated financial superpower. Another thing that military taught me about money is the power of stability. Now, most people underestimate how valuable stability actually really is. Knowing your paycheck is coming changes how you think long term, changes how you plan, it changes how much money, how much risk you can tolerate. Stability allows long-term thinking, and long-term thinking is where wealth is built. Now, when your income is predictable, you don't have to make panic decisions. You can think in years instead of weeks, decades instead of months. Now, that's a massive advantage, folks, not only for just planning, but only if you recognize that. So you have to recognize it. Many people waste stability because it feels boring. A lot like in relationships. A lot of people leave relationships because they feel it's boring. But boring is powerful. Then there's the issue, same rank, same pay, different outcomes. Let's look at this. Over a 26-year career, I saw this pattern over and over again. What am I talking about? You have two people with the same rank, same years of service, same benefits, but very different results. Why is that? Because promotion, folks, does not fix financial habits. Raises don't correct behavior, and more money doesn't solve disorganization. Lifestyle creep is very quiet. It doesn't feel reckless, it feels normal, but normal can be expensive if you make poor decisions. The military didn't reward the loudest speaker, it rewarded the most consistent performer, and money works the same way. Now, you talk about the benefits matter more than pay. This is a long game thought process. One of the biggest lessons the military teaches about money is the real value is often delayed. What do I mean by that? Well, there is retirement, there's health care, there is time-based benefits. Now, these don't feel exciting early on, but time, folks, is a multiplier. People who understand deferred value, deferred gratification, made better long-term decisions. People who only focused on today paid for it later. The military quietly trains patience, and patience is one of the most valuable financial skills you can have. Now we're going to talk about time. Time, folks, is the real currency. It's the real currency out there. After 26 years of service, I learned that time matters more than dollars. You can waste money and recover. You can waste time, but you can't waste time and get it back. The military runs on time. Time is service, time in grade, time toward retirement. Everything compounds over time. Money works the same way, folks. Small decisions repeated consistently become big outcome. That's not exciting, but it's true. Now, some people think that discipline is restrictive. It's not, it's freedom. People often misunderstand discipline. They think discipline means limitations. In reality, folks, discipline creates options. Financial discipline reduces stress. It increases flexibility. It gives you room to breathe. The military teaches discipline not to control you, but to prepare you. Money discipline works the same way. Chaos is expensive. Organization is powerful. Money rewards behavior, not intelligence. Now, this might be the most important lesson of all. Smart people struggle financially every day, and average people build wealth quietly because money doesn't reward your IQ, but it rewards habits. The military doesn't care how smart you are, what school you went to, unless you went to the University of South Carolina. Shout out to the Gamecocks. But it cares how reliable you perform. Money is the same. Show up, be consistent, and respect the process. Now, what I would tell my younger self, if I could go back and speak to my younger self, and boy, there are times that I really wish I could. Hey, if you know, you know. Here's what I would say. Money isn't something you master overnight. It's something you build slowly. You win by being consistent. And the earlier you understand that, the better your outcome will be. Now, why this matters after service? Well, for veterans especially, this lesson is critical. When the structure goes away, your habits remain. If you build strong systems, you'll be fine. If you relied on structure alone, you will feel the difference. That's why understanding these lessons now matter. So as I reflect after my more than 26 years of military service, the military didn't just teach me about leadership or duty. It taught me about money, quietly, patiently, over time. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Information only matters if you understand it, and understanding gives you options, whether we're talking about military pay, benefits, retirements, or money in general. The goal here is always the same: clarity, confidence, and control. This is The Adjutant, and I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.